Sweet. Well, I've probably got coin. I mean, minigame coin star, or just the minigame star, but Yoshi's certainly got a stranglehold on the coin star, that's for sure. What was I saying before I got interrupted by the last minigame? Oh yeah, thank goodness we're using Peach's birthday cake music, because, I mean, it's a Sweet Space board, and that was also a Sweet Space board, so if they didn't use it, I'd be kind of disappointed. You know, I really like the theming of giant candy and cakes as video game locales, and now that I think about it, it's actually not that rare. There's like an entire world based on it in Sonic Colors. There's a course art in Mario Kart 8. There's Peach's birthday cake, as I mentioned previously. Those are the first couple that come to mind. I'm sure there are others. I mean, I guess technically there's whatever world the Candy Crush games take place in. Is there only one? It's really confusing to me. I don't play those, but they call it a saga, and usually when you use the word saga, it means, like, more than one in a series, like, you know, the Star Wars saga. I don't know. I'm gonna stop talking about Candy Crush, because that's a horrible game. Sure, if you like it, it doesn't make it not bad. Okay, I'll be honest. I like the idea of Match 3 Puzzlers. I've been a fan of Bejeweled for quite some time. But, I mean, Candy Crush is basically just a straight copy-paste job of, Bejeweled for the most part, isn't it? Why am I talking about Candy Crush? This is Mario Party. Also, is there some sort of modifier within the board's code to be able to allow us to be getting these high numbers? Because we've been rolling a lot of 9s and 10s. Which is nice, because this is a very space-dense board. It's a long board. I'm not going to count up all the spaces, but let's just say that it's a long board. Maybe the game just does that by default. If it knows the board is longer, it's more likely to pass out higher numbers. We're probably just getting lucky. I have also heard that whatever number you're going to get is actually predetermined, so what the timing by which you hit your dice block is totally meaningless. Although that could also be different depending on the Mario Party game. After all, the progression of star spaces, and by that I mean, like, once you get a star, where it moves to after that, is predetermined in the 64 games, but totally random in the GameCube games. Fun fact. I wonder if Boo is hidden anywhere on this board. I mean, I've already traveled most of the board, so I think if we were going to find him, we probably would have found him by now, but it's always amusing and slightly terrifying to me when Boo is unmarked on a custom board and just sort of appears out of nowhere, sort of like a ghost. Wow, this round of Desert Dash was almost kinda sorta close, up until the other team decided to just fall flat on its face. Hooray for AIs that bend to your will. Hey, Yoshi no longer has all dat cash. Now it's me that has all dat cash. So where's the next star? So I'm getting close to the end of the board, so I might get to witness this magical looping process. I honestly can't wait. So the computers don't like the first shortcut, but they sure as heck like the second shortcut. I think there's only two. And as you can tell, the second one doesn't pass over nearly as much as the board as the first one does. Man, this is gonna sound super dumb, but those kids in the corner over there look exactly like the kids in Chutes and Ladders. Now, I believe they're both made by the same company, Hasbro, but are they on my team? Crap. That's what I don't like about Bombsketball. There really needs to be some sort of, like, color coordination or maybe some silly little outline just to indicate what the teams are, because I always have no idea and I'm mostly not paying attention, so maybe it's entirely my fault. I just looked it up, and the Candyland board contains exactly 134 spaces. Which means that if you were rolling straight 10s the entire game and you didn't use any of the shortcuts, it would take you 14 turns to make it across the entire board. So we're doing pretty good considering the fact that I'm close to making a loop, and oh crap, I still have the speed key on. Alright, let's do the thing that I own for some stealing. Boy, I'm Wario, I love stealing stuff. Anything like Wario's voice, but I don't care. Alright, maybe I'll steal from one of you guys. And, you know, I really don't want the hammer. As much as I would like to say, rather just steal stuff. Also, that third bag I got was totally, like, on top of Peach's squished up head. Also, 15. That might actually be my best friend in that minigame. But, are you unable to collect coins when you're pancaked? I didn't actually know that was a thing. Also, that thing's terrifying. I was about to save my string of luck with dice blocks head ends at some point, but nope. We're gonna keep rolling them mushrooms. That one you might actually be able to control on a timing basis, but I can't be bothered to figure that stuff out. I like how whenever Bowser appears, it's like, you know, a zoomed-in location on the board. However, on this particular board, it's a zoomed-out location. So it's like Bowser is 100 feet tall, which isn't really all that rare, considering that's happened more than a couple of times. Just something noteworthy, I suppose. I want to say I'm a little bit off on... Oh wait, you know what? This lip needs to go up, I think. I'm gonna say it's in the 90s area. Enough to avoid losing... Oh wow, exactly 90. That was a close one. It's early game. Yeah, okay, well, halfway game. But I believe I was only gonna lose 10 coins on that, so... I do have some fond memories associated with Candyland, back before Mario Party was the only video game that my little sister would play with me. Candyland was the only board game that my little sister would play with me. You know, because Monopoly was far too complicated for a 3-year-old. Boy, howdy, I used to be just a gigantic fan of Monopoly back when I was growing up. I probably had like 6 or 7 or 8 different sets, and while I remain a fan to this day, I'm not really going to... I am very unlikely to suggest playing it when I'm among friends, simply because I've become a bit of a board game connoisseur and have played many board games that are just straight up better than Monopoly. I feel like I almost said Mario Party there, and I may have also accidentally said Mario Party at some point, so if I did, forgive me. If you don't like board game rants, buckle up, because this is merely the first of many board game conversions that are out there on the Mario Party Legacy forums. There's one for checkers, there's one for Monopoly, there's one for a bunch of different board games just sort of strewn together on a table that are connected to each other to make a board. We're gonna have some fun times with those whenever I get around to them. Also, this minigame sucks if you're not the one in the middle. I think I got maybe 2 coins. I was speeding up, so I wasn't paying attention, but hey, How about this amazing star position luck? I mean, I figured the last space on the board probably was going to be a star space at one point. But the fact that it happened right before I was about to complete the loop is pretty awesome. With the way this board is set up, I feel like it's quite a bit more luck-based than others, especially since this is Mario. I love that! He just sort of goes off screen, walks all the way to the bottom, and then, you know, here we are. That's amazing. Next star space is up here, so do I still want to take the shortcut? Actually, no. So if I go this way, I'll go that way. So we're going to be experiencing this part of the board now. Hooray for me. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, this board is pretty heavily luck-based simply because it's Mario Party 1, so we don't really have any items in order to, you know, give us more spaces to move. It's super space-dense, and the star's going to be moving around so much, and because there's so much distance to go, you're kind of just at the mercy of hoping that the star is near you, which luckily it's been near me.